Andy Stevenson for Severe MMA, and I'm joined with Paul Hughes.
Yes, sir. How are we?
Paul, obviously your teammate Joe McColgan just had a great performance there. What did you think of the card overall?
Fantastic, mate. I'm absolutely in Clyde 9 here. I'm just so happy for the boys, for Joe, Decky McAleenan, Reese, like all the Irish lads were fighting. I honestly feels like I was fighting today. I'm that happy for them. Like it's great to see.
And you're obviously coming off a couple of wins yourself, most recently in Cage Conflict. You've obviously signed a multi-fight deal with Cage Warriors. How close were you to being on this card?
Well, as you said there, I fought 2 weeks ago. So ideally, I wanted to get on this straight after if I got out unscathed, which I did, and then we campaigned for the shot. And it was more so to do. Obviously, I am signed the Cage Warriors, so I thought I'd be in with a shot. But because Cork, with the CFMMA and all, it's very, very strict here. And also 2 weeks is not a lot of time to get me a fight. Like I've had a crazy year of trying to get fights, as most people will know if they follow me on social media. I've had about 15 fights fall through this year. So I think Ian and Graham were just like, look, to get me a match, to get all the medicals cleared, because they might be funny about me fighting 2 weeks before, even though I didn't take a shot, I might not even got cleared in the end, plus getting a match. So I think it was just too late. You know what I mean?
And after signing with Cage Warriors, is that kind of a bit of relief knowing that they should be able to match up fairly regularly, as opposed to having a nightmare every time trying to get a fight? You get an opponent, maybe that falls through, you get another opponent, that falls through. Is there more kind of security there, or peace of mind there for you?
100%. Look, we all know it. Cage Warriors is the pathway to the UFC. We all know that. They're the biggest promotion in Europe. They're one of the biggest in the world. They're one of the most renowned in the world. So, like, of course, there's a weight off my shoulders there. Obviously, getting matches, getting actual fights is a different story. Do you know what I mean? As my first fight in Cage Warriors, I only got it in 2 days' notice. Do you know what I mean? We had maybe 2 weeks. Ian had texted me before that and said, look, we want you on this year. And he went through, it was over 10 different guys that said no in the space of like a week. You know what I mean? So like there is a bit of security there, knowing that I'm signed for the best organisation in the world other than the UFC. But like, as I say, getting fights, getting actual opponents to accept it is another thing. But we'll see.
We just spoke with Joe about a potential match with Paddy Pimblett. You've been fairly vocal calling out Paddy Pimblett's teammate Adam Ventre. Is that something that you've discussed with Cage Warriors? Or is that a realistic fight for you next? Or I suppose, what is the plan as far as Ian Dean and Graham Bullen are concerned for you?
I was just talking to Ian there. At the end of the day, look, that's an exciting matchup. You know what I mean? I can tell Ian sort of wants that to happen. Did they announce any dates for Ireland next year?
I don't think they've announced dates in it. Graham Bullen announced 4 shows, so I believe there's been to be another one here, 2 in Belfast, and then I believe they're going to finish in Dublin.
2 in Belfast, that's brilliant. I think that if they're doing 2 in Belfast, I'm assuming that 1 will be in the first quarter. So I think that's a perfect fight for me, is Adam Ventre. His record is 8-4, I think. I'm 4-0, but 4 impressive wins. Adam, when he's fought top guys, has fallen. All right, but I know there's a lot of hype in his name. Do you know what I mean? He's well respected. He's really good. Like, I'm not taking anything away from him. He is a really good fighter. He's game. But I think that's just a perfect fight for me to skyrocket me through Cage Warriors, because I genuinely will beat him everywhere. And I'll move up a weight class and fight him if he wants.
Paul Hughes, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Cheers.